It is 11:30 p.m. right now, and frankly, I should be sleeping, but I'm not doing that because just today I got in the brand new Disney Lorcana Collector's Guides from Ravensburger, and I cannot wait to open them up and take a look at what's inside. I have been eagerly awaiting these things since they announced them, and frankly, I have not looked at any spoilers about what the inside looks like or what I'm likely to see, so I can't wait to crack them open and show you all what's inside, to share my thoughts. Let's dive in and take a look. As you can see, these are still bubble wrapped. I have not opened them up yet, so I'm gonna do that very carefully here. I don't know. I'm just super excited for these. Those who have been playing Lorcana for a while may remember that back in the troves, way back in the day, we used to get small little collector's pamphlets, and those were super fun, and they discontinued those, I think, after set 2. So really fun to see these hardback versions here. Before we open them up, let's just take a look at the aesthetics. The front covers are super cool. They have a matte finish with kind of a gloss here. The gloss seems to be pretty good. It's not rubbing off like we saw in some of the deck boxes earlier back in the day. I love that we get matching sets here, 1 through 4, 5 through 8. They look great together. They'll look awesome on a bookshelf side by side. Looking at them spine here, 1, 2. This is just fantastic. They're gonna look so good if we keep getting them. On the back side, we have a little bit about where the story begins, the first 4 sets. And then let's see on the back here. So the top text is the same, and then here we're getting like the story bits here. So I'm sure if you read these, over the course of the game, you'd get little bits of where each of these blocks are going. And then of course in the back you have one card from each of the sets, kind of, so I wouldn't say the iconic card. Well, I don't know. Here, I mean, Rock or Surfer Stitch is kind of iconic from set 1, and then we have the Jafar is pretty iconic from this set. Judy Hopps is interesting, but really interesting to see which cards they chose to highlight here, trying to appeal to a whole bunch of different generations, I'm sure. But yeah, this is super cool. We also have the price here, MSRP that is on the book, $20 US, $19.99 or $27.99 Canadian, which I feel like is pretty good for this size book. But overall, they are beautiful, and I love them quite a bit. It's really, really great. All right, shall we open them up and take a look? I'm super excited. Super excited. So I'm going to slide this over here. Let's take a look at what we see inside. Oh, this is right inside. We have the different ink symbols here on the inside cover. It's an extra little touch, and official collector's guide set 1 through 4. And there we have Belle and Elsa sitting there, and table of contents, the first chapter, Rise of the Floodborn, Ending the Answers Return. And then it looks like we're gonna get some story bits here. This is super fun. So the first chapter, we have a description here. Oh, this is really great. You have a QR code where you can link to watch the trailer. So if you're just joining the world of Lorcana, this is super cool. All right, here's the story. This is from the story video, the story trailer that we saw very, very early on. This is Shanzeh before she gets transported into the Illuminary, and we have the story here. I love this so much. It has a comic book feel to it. And here we're gonna get the Rise of the Floodborn. These are all from the story trailers. This is so cool. So here are all the items before they get washed away by the Great Flood in the Hall of Lorcana. Here, these are all images from the story trailers. If you haven't watched them, you should, from way back in the day. And this is, again, Into the Inklands, the story trailer, and the story bits. I can't, like this, I'm sure if you read them, one at a time, it reads like a book or a comic book. And I can't say enough how much I think of this. And then here's the epilogue with the Hexwall crown. So this is just the story, and it's wonderful seeing it laid out like this. This is fantastic too. Oh, so here we have a breakdown of the inks. You're gonna see a description of them, of each one of the ink colors, and then here we have a selection of characters to represent each ink color. Interesting here, though, the choice of characters, because Moana and Elsa, Brave Little Tailor, and are all cards that we saw highlighted on the banners when they were looking at set 1. Kuzco was not so much. We had another card. We had Cruella here before, and then seeing Belle here and Hercules here as well. So it's really interesting which franchises they choose to represent here, but I love to see it. It's super, super fun. Storyborn, Dreamborn, Glimmers. Here we have the breakdown describing what each one of them are. This is such a fantastic primer to the world of Lorcana. Floodborn Glimmers here explains what those are, and now the Entangled Glimmers, which made their appearance in Ursula's Return. Really, really cool. So, okay, stories revealed. So this is interesting. So what this is telling you here is it's describing for you how different cards indicate story bits. And so it's telling you to look for clues in the cards, and that in each set you can get the story of that particular set by exploring some of the cards, and it's giving you examples. So that's really cool. Here's Ursula's plan laid out in the cards. And then, all right, and now we're into kind of the collector's portion. Great, love this full art here. I think we would all agree that an art book with just different pieces of art like this on each page, like full art, would be great. And so getting a card here is awesome. The first year collected, let's see. This section contains full color images of cards in sets 1 through 4. It doesn't include promo cards, but it does show enchanted. So here you are. This is a checklist. It shows the artist and each card, and you can, if you so choose, check off the ones that you need and keep track here. But I love this so much. Like, for fans of Disney, if you're getting into Lorcana and you're just starting to collect, let's say you're just getting into the game and you have no idea where to start or what cards are out there or what cards you're chasing, yes, you could go to the Disney Lorcana app and scroll, but like this, being able to flip through the book here and find cards that you want to chase or franchises that you love is kind of wonderful. Here we have the Enchanteds, and then we're going to go on to Rise of the Floodborn here, and you can see, I'm just going to flip fast here. You can see it's going to be the same for every set here. And then here's the Enchanteds again, and I'm going to flip through again. We're just cruising through the checklist at this point, but it's really cool to see them all in hardcover form. They have the Enchanteds, and then I'm really interested to see. Let's get to the Enchanteds for Ursula's Return. There they are, and oh, interesting. So you're also getting the checklist for Deep Trouble. Now this is interesting to me because Deep Trouble isn't really thought of, I think, as a collector set. You can't use any of these cards here outside of the Deep Trouble because this is Ursula's deck. But if you are a collector and you're looking for different cards and you want to see the different art that's out there available in the game, then this is kind of cool because you do have cards represented here which you won't find in any booster packs. And perhaps if you're like a Minnie Mouse fan, or let's say you're a fan of Alice in Wonderland, you may actually choose to seek out this version of the Mad Hatter to add to your binder because, you know, why not? So that's really cool to have Deep Trouble there as well. And that is it. That is sets 1 through 4. Now, before I go into number 2, just to give my initial overall thoughts, you've heard about me raving about this. Like, there's really no downside to this book. You don't need to buy it. It's not for everybody. Not everybody wants the collector's guide. If you've been collecting forever, you know what cards are out there. You don't need it. But like, in terms of somebody who's just getting into the game or somebody who's a completionist, like this is a super cool book. The checklist of cards in the back is great for people just getting into the game. And up front, I would honestly pay for just that story outline to be able to sit down for like 20 to 25 minutes and read through the complete story of the first 4 sets, like all in one place, is very, very cool. I'm going to take a look at this here. I'm not going to go through all the cards here, but I am interested to see how the story bits play out. We're seeing something very similar. This is exactly the same. Then we're getting Anna here with the Minnie Mouse. And let's take a look at the story. So Shimmering Skies, we still had story trailers through this portion. We actually lose them after Azurite Sea, I believe, as the last story trailer we see. But here we're getting more of the story. Here's a description of, this is interesting. Here's a description of the Chromicons. Yeah, this is super cool. And these are original to World of Lorcana. So in terms of like a story bit, I really, really like this because we're expanding the lore of Lorcana by describing these mystical artifacts that popped up. Here we have the After the Party epilogue. This is shown in the story trailers, and now we're into Azurite Sea. We don't have any shots here from the actual story trailer here, because there is a scene I remember of the ship going through, but here you can watch the trailer, but we're not getting art here from the story trailer. We're getting art from the cards here. This fun card by Tony Bancroft, by the way, Disney animator. And here we are with more of the story trailer. And here, this is really interesting because we're working all the way up to getting a preview and a look at Arcasia's Island, which is what we see here. And now we're right into Arcasia's Island. So I love that we have this art here. This key art is brilliant. And getting the key art shown here. In fact, do we have key art? I mean, yeah, I guess that's the key art there, but getting this key art here is absolutely wonderful. And here we are into the story again. And some really cool, yeah, it's just really cool. And you'll notice like the pages in the background change each chapter that we're talking about a different set. And now here we are. Oh, look at this. So you actually get, instead of giving you the story on the lore cards, they're actually just showing you printing the lore cards, and you can see the animation rather than having to collect them. We've got them all right here, which is super great. I assume we're going to see something similar for Reign of Jafar. Here we are. Here's the story, the Vanishing Act, the Mole and the Street Rat, getting the story bits, and there's the lore cards here as well, which is super fun. Now we're getting another full art here. We have the Hades before the second year collected portion, and once again we're just gonna have all of the cards laid out, sans promo cards. But here's a fun tidbit. Look what I just noticed. Watch this. In the top corner here, it probably won't show up that well, but take a look. The animation for the lore cards is here. The one awkward piece is, I think Arcasia is supposed to be catching the story star, so in theory you'd want this to go in the other direction. So it's actually weird because I would like to see it flipped where you could flip it normally and have her receive the star. Small critique there, perhaps. I may be wrong, but because I think Arcasia should be catching the star. But I love it. Look at this detail. Like, look at that. Look what they thought of. So the animation is there. That's super cool. You're going to have the same thing for Jafar here with the Flipbook animation. And as you flip through, here, once again, you're getting Jafar's set. There's the enchanteds here, and you're getting the Palace Heist cards set up here that you can go collect. So overall, I think I've made it very clear that I really like this product. At $20, I think they are an excellent value. They're good quality with the hardcover and the gold embossed finishing. And I think they're worth it alone, honestly, for the consolidated story bits and the bits of lore that you get in the front part of each book. The checklist is actually just bonus. And even if you're not new to the game, even if you're somebody who's been around for a while, if you have nostalgia for any one of these particular sets, the ability to go back and flip through the checklist and see cards and kind of relive the set by looking at them in that way is actually really kind of cool. I am going to say, I don't know that I would be marking up the checklist in the back, but again, for a $20 book, it's certainly not something outside the realm of possibility for people to do, to actually physically mark the cards that they're looking for, or to circle the cards that they want to find in this book. And yeah, overall, fantastic product. And I really hope that we continue to get them as they continue to release sets over time, because I can't wait to one day have a whole shelf full of these and to be able to read through the story of Disney Lorcana one book at a time. So overall, what do you think of the collector's guides? Are you chasing them down? Are you adding them to your collection? Let me know in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe.